Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. We're back in our Pokemon members tutorial series, and we are working on finishing up the camera controls for our battle scene. Or it'll be over there, won't it, I suppose? And we need to do a few things, so we'll have to go back into our event graph. But one thing we will need to do is we will need to go into our creature BPs, because we're going to create essentially what is a camera reference. So if we go into our Pokemon class, find all of these lovely things, and in our master, we are going to create, if I bring it over to the same thing so you can see it, we're going to go to our viewport, and we're going to add a couple of things in. We're going to add in a spring arm, like so, and to that spring arm, we are going to attach a camera, like so. And if we grab our spring arm, it's a lot easier to control from that. What we want to do is we want it to be a sort of side-facing camera. So if we kind of look at the angle, we can do kind of that. And we can also bring it up a little bit. Maybe give it a little bit of an angle just to make it look good. And then I'm going to set one of these up. I'll set the other ones off screen, but you can set yours up however you want. And there goes the crash, of course. Okay, now that we're back to where we were, you can close this down. I'm going to save so I don't get another crash. And we're going to try and open up Bulbasaur again. And now, with the new update, we should all have a spring arm and a camera. And what you can do now is, for every one of your creatures, is just bring and pop it into a decent location. I normally try and sort of aim it for the head. So just try and find the sweet spot. And just find the camera angle for you. I'm going to bring it up just ever so slightly, like that. Let's have a look. That looks kind of good to me. So we can compile that and save. And what we want to do is do that for all of them. So again, I'll do another one just for argument's sake. You'll need to do these for the shinies as well. I advise setting these up before you duplicate the file to your shiny, so they are all in the same place. I should have set the cameras up when I set these models up. My lapse in judgment, to be honest. I forgot that it was something we would have to do, but there we go. And as I say, just try and find the kind of, I mean, yours could be different if you want it to be, but mine will always be on the head. That way it's easier to track and see. You'll know you're going to see everything that you want to see. You can make it further away or closer together. You know, it's what your personal preference is at this point. It's how you want your game to be set up. So save that. We've got Charmander, we've got Bulbasaur. I might as well do Squirtle as well, just so it is all working together. Bring the spring arm down. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Actually, that ended up in a pretty good place. And again, I'm just gonna up that a little bit more. There we go. Great. And that should work quite nicely too. And why are we doing this? Well, what we're doing is we're creating ourselves a specific location for every single creature's character to be set to, because you won't see that in game. But what you will do is you'll be transported to that location where that camera is. So we're going to go now over to our level we created last time, which is going to be our grass battle world. We're going to save selected. And we obviously set this up last time for most of these cameras, but we're going to be finishing off what we had set up. And we're going to be taking two of these. So we'll pop these up here. We're going to plug our enemy camera and our party camera in as well. And what we're doing, yes, so what we are doing is we're doing two things. We're going to, we've got a set actor location. we might have to get the camera first. So what we're going to do is from our get, we're going to get the party. What we're going to do, we're looking for. So we're looking for player Pokemon, and we're looking for the enemy Pokemon, like so. And what we need to do now is get that new variable, which is that camera. Gotta find it. Get camera, and we're gonna get this one's camera as well. Get camera, like so. And what we need to do is get the actor. Let's just do location. Get world location. Get world rotation, like so. And we need to drag out. This is a bit awkward, so I'm just going to do this. But as you do normally, you've got to go into the editor window and get those two cameras. So we want the player camera and the enemy camera. Bring those in so that we have the references. You might not be able to see that, but we've now got those two references. I think I did bring those in last time, but obviously maybe I didn't. I don't know. So we're going to do the player first, and we're going to set actor location and rotation. Location and rotation. There we go. So we're going to do that first, and we're going to plug these into both of these. So it's going to go. We're going to set the actor location, then we're going to give it set it as our view target if that's what we're aiming to do. And we also need to do that for the enemy camera. So we need to do that for both. So let's drag this up here a little bit. We'll copy those. I'm just trying to get everything ready because this is a little bit of a complicated system, but trust me, it works because it works for my game. And that's that one there. And the what we're setting that to is going to be our player controller. So our player controller needs to go into both of those view set view targets with blends. Now we're going to get a sequence node. We'll need two of those, and just going to try and get this looking right. So these could actually get plugged in, thinking about it, like so. And we want a do once, like so. And the do once needs to go on the setting of the actor location. Does not need to go on the sequence node. So, for example, the first one we'll check is this, and the second one we'll check is this. And this will actually go into the sequence. That way, whenever we change to our camera, we're not always resetting the actor location, because we won't need to do that every time. And if we try and do that every time, it will freak out and it won't work. So that's kind of why we're doing that. We're going to also create a new event as well. That's something else we're going to be doing. And then that one can go in there. We're going to create a custom event. And we'll call this... oh, no, we're not. Sorry, I tell a lie. We are not going to be doing that. So bear with me. This needs to get plugged into here. And theoretically, it's going to work. What won't work is resetting the camera. But we're going to fix that as well now. So it looks very messy. I apologize. I normally try and tidy these things up a bit more. So it's looking a little bit messy. So I do apologize for that. Just trying to neaten it up a little bit, just so it doesn't look so crazy. So the next thing we need to do is we need to actually make a BPI. And the reason we make a BPI is so that we can pass this information through to the level BP. It's not something you can normally do. So we're using a BPI to allow for that. Where are you? Blueprint interface. That's what we're looking for. And we'll call this camera BPI for now. And we're just going to go in here, and the only function we need to do is camera reset. So we're resetting that camera's position is what we're using it for. And we can set this up by going into class settings, and in the inherited implement interface here, we're going to go camera BPI, and this should allow us to call that event. So core function camera reset. No, wrong one. Camera reset. Where is the event? Can I just drag that out? Oh, it's down there. There we go. So double click on this yellow interface here and you'll get the actual event for it. And we're going to plug that into our reset for both of these. So, oh, we might need to plug it into another sequence. That's probably why. Yeah. So that is our reset right there. So every time we call this function, for example, when a creature is called back or sent out or dies, any of that sort of stuff, will reset the camera to whatever the new creature's one is going to be. It looks very messy. Again, I apologize. I hate spaghetti code myself, but this is kind of a bit of a necessity, this one, annoyingly. So once that's done, though, we should, in theory now, if I go back to the main level, I'm going to save. Once we go back to the main level, which is going to be our third-person map, in theory, when we start a battle now, we should see the camera switch to the new positions. Obviously, the shinies, I haven't reset those cameras up yet. So if we did ever pull a shiny, the cameras won't work, but I highly doubt that. So there's Bulbasaur's camera come into play. It goes back to the overview, and we're ready to battle. Now you could see that happened very quickly. You will need to slow this down with delays. So let's try it one more time. But let's pick another one's camera. Let's pick Charmander's. That's fine. Call him Dave, as always. Always got to call him Dave. And we'll run in and see it happening. So the only thing that's not happening now is that it's just not slowing down. So once you've got your dialogue in there and you can put some delays in, it will slow down and you'll see the process play out a lot better. So there's Bulbasaur, there's Charmander, and then it goes back to the overview. And we've even got a little stylized flame on its tail. Isn't that cool? And I think the only reason it's not showing Bulbasaur is if we go into the battle code. So let's open up our battle proxy. Is if I go to where we spawn our enemy, poke, nope. Enemy dialogue. It's set to the overview camera. So if we set that to the enemy camera now, we should, in theory, see it show our potential rival Pokemon. So let's head back over to here. But a lot of this now comes down to fleshing things out. So you need to obviously plan out your dialogues. And there you go. Overview there. Shows us Bulbasaur. And you can imagine it'll be like, go, Bulbasaur. And then Bulbasaur would appear. And then it goes to the overview camera. And eventually we'll have our battle widget here. And it will show all of our information. So that is that setup. And the only thing now we've got left to do is just do the battle widget. And then we can start working on the actual code. So in the next episode, we'll be looking at the battle widget, and then we can start fleshing everything out, which is kind of fun. But at this point, you should have the cameras working now. You should have both your creatures spawned in. You should be able to go to the battle world. The battle world should spawn in. You should be able to pick a starter. You know, lots of things should be happening now. And as I say, next we'll work on getting them fighting each other. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, leave a little like. I will be putting up more members tutorials for this series throughout 2024, and hopefully I'll be able to get them all out very quickly to you. But thank you so much, guys, for your support as always, and I will see you in the next episode. Much love. Take care. Bye.